Okay, act cool, say nothing, look down. Honestly, I feel like that's how most people would react.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and buckle up, football fans. NFL playoffs are finally here. And they call this Super Wildcard Weekend for a reason, with 6 games between tomorrow and Monday night. The Texans are back in the playoffs for the first time in 4 years, and the NFL had that familiar early time slot waiting for them. But let's talk about the Saturday nighter. With the defending Super Bowl champs hosting the Dolphins, if Miami is still hot over blowing the division with the Bills, they'll have to recover in what is expected to be the coldest game in franchise history. The forecast is calling for -4 degrees Fahrenheit, with a wind chill approaching -30. Wait, hold on. What is that in Celsius? In Celsius terms, that's -21 with a wind chill of -34. Whatever, you know what? That's like, who cares? That's like Saskatchewan fall. We're fine. But it's shaping up to be one of the coldest games in NFL history, which is bad news for the Dolphins, who have dropped their last 10 games with a temperature below 40 Fahrenheit or 5 Celsius. And speaking of weather, the forecast on Sunday is calling for snow in Sunday's Bills game against the Steelers, as well as wind gusts of up to 50 miles per hour. There are even whispers of this game being relocated to Cleveland, but the NFL has been shooting those rumors down. A little chaos might just help Pittsburgh. But keep in mind they've got Mason Rudolph starting at quarterback. Meanwhile, Josh Allen historically has played well in the playoffs, but he did struggle in the snow last January against the Bengals, when Cincy held him in check in the divisional round. Nonetheless, FanDuel currently has the Bills as a 10-point favorite, but we've seen the over-under drop all the way to 35.5. If you're betting on Allen to bounce back, you might want to lean on the over. You can catch both those games as well as the entire weekend slate on TSN and CTV. More to come on those a little later in the show. But before we move on, one other note from a team that is not in the playoffs. The Pats wasted no time moving on from Bill Belichick, naming Gerard Mayo as their new head coach this morning. Mayo has spent the last 5 seasons as linebacker coach under Belichick and becomes the NFL's youngest head coach at age 37. Now joined by our gambling guy, Davis Sanchez. And Chezzy, the playoffs are here on a scale of 1 to 10. What is your excitement level?
How do you quantify that? Let's go with an 8. It sounds like a good number.
An 8? Okay, wow. I mean, I appreciate the honesty. I thought you were going to go higher.
That's not high enough, is it? Yeah, I need to be higher. Let's go 10. All right, let's change that up. Let's go 10.
Okay, Ches, out of all the dogs this weekend, who has the best shot to win it outright?
Let's go with the Los Angeles Rams. There's got to be just a little bit of hesitancy or nerves for Detroit Lions fans, all they've been through in their football lives, and then to have Jared Goff and all the pressure on him. This is, I mean, think about it. The Rams draft Jared Goff to be a, to win a Super Bowl in the first round. They deem he's not good enough to be their quarterback. They ship him off, get Matthew Stafford, and then they win a Super Bowl the next year. The pressure is proof of it. He wasn't good enough, I guess. Now, the pressure of Jared Goff to play against his former team, that's immense, and he hasn't, necessarily proven that he can play in that big spot. So I don't know. I like the Rams and Matthew Stafford's experience in a big game. That's probably the one that stands out.
Real quick, is there a matchup this weekend that stands out to you?
Watch in the Bills game. Watch Khalil Shakir. The Pittsburgh Steelers play more zone. I think they're the top 3 in the league in playing zone coverage. And Khalil Shakir, what he's meant to the offense in the last few weeks, he's all over the place. They line him up everywhere. They're getting the ball. He might be Josh's first look. So look at his. There's no numbers out right now, but take a look for Khalil Shakir over receiving yards. That's my play of the week. There's no question about it. And I also like the Buffalo Bills to win. Mason Rudolph against Josh Allen? Are you kidding me? And I don't care, Bills fans, if Josh throws 9 interceptions. That's what he does. He's aggressive. He's the best quarterback in the NFL, not named Patrick. And deal with it, because that's how you're going to win Super Bowl, with Josh being uber aggressive. Thank you. Sorry, I get excited sometimes.
Okay, there you have it with his best bet and everything. Chezzy, thank you so much for doing this.
That was it, absolutely. Mason Rudolph, Josh Allen, come on, man.
Switching to hockey, and it's a quiet one in the NHL with only 2 games tonight. So we thought we would take this opportunity to bask in the greatness of the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets took down Chicago last night for their 8th straight win, and they did it in front of a sellout crowd, which is crazy considering how this year began with attendance issues for the team. In a win over St. Louis back in October, the Jets had only 11,000 fans, which was the lowest attendance without pandemic restrictions since the team returned to Winnipeg in 2011. That led to some serious questions about relocation, but those thoughts are a distant memory right now, because the Jets aren't only the top team in the West, they're the best darn team in hockey right now, not only in straight points but in win percentage too. It actually cannot be overstated just how much this team has turned things around. And nothing speaks to that more than how their Stanley Cup odds have changed since October. Havoc is one of the guys the Jets almost saw go out the door this summer, and he has been a major piece to their success all season. His odds for the Vezina have also been trending up all year, and he is now the favorite to win it on FanDuel. So what else can we say but, good for you, Winnipeg. Back to football, and this weekend's wildcard slate features a matchup between two of the league's most storied franchises, with the Packers paying a visit to the Cowboys on Sunday. As usual, there is plenty of hype around America's team, and as you probably know, Dallas has not won a Super Bowl in 29 years. In fact, since 1996, the Cowboys have won just 5 of their 17 playoff games. And to win, they really need to score points. But this year might just be their chance with Dak Prescott. Dak had arguably the best year of his career, throwing for over 4,500 yards and 36 touchdowns, while leading the Cowboys to 12 wins. That is their most since 2016, a season they lost in the playoffs to, you guessed it, the Packers. Nonetheless, FanDuel is expecting Dak to come up blazing, setting the over-under at 275.5 passing yards. The Cowboys might not be loving this matchup with Green Bay, though. The Packers won 6 of their last 8 games to get here, and Jordan Love was a delight over that stretch, passing for 18 touchdowns with just 1 interception. You can catch this game Sunday on TSN and CTV. Kickoff at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. And just a reminder, you can watch all of the Super Wildcard Weekend action on TSN and CTV. We've got every game, so settle in and enjoy yourselves. That's all for today. We'll see you right back here Monday. Enjoy your weekend.